Good evening, everyone, and welcome to what is Midwest F1 Homecoming Week as we head to the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve here in Montreal for what is not only round 7 of the F2 campaign, but is also the second edition of the reverse points grid. Now, 14 corners make up this technical 4.3 kilometer circuit with 8 to the right and then 6 to the left. The track's 2 DRS zones should create some overtaking opportunities, but drivers will have to drive extra carefully in order to not pick up any penalties or unnecessary wing changes. And here we are. It looks like a beautiful day here in Montreal. Hopefully drivers have had their fair share of practice. This is a very tricky track when it comes to F2 and F1 for that matter anyways, but looking good. It should be an interesting race here. The last time we did this was at Great Britain, and that proved to be a pretty fun one there. Like I said, Midwest F1 homecoming weekend, really, as most of the league, a big portion of the league is from Canada, as well as you got the Canadian GP this weekend, and the league is racing in Canada, so all is in order here as the lights are beginning to eventually turn on. We do have 3, then 4, then 5, and they're off, and it looks like Furchinator got actually a really good start along that left side. Dusty Lusky's been disqualified for reversing off the start line, and contact being made here. EDA Monkey Mafia going off course. Dusty has been disqualified. I'm not sure why that's happened. El Majacco has found his way up to 15th. Do look like we have a yellow flag somewhere in Sector 1. Dirty Boy Jackson, the P6, Beagle Hunter, and Valentine very much into it there. Looks like Beagle Hunter trying to find his way around the left side of Valentine. Contact with the wall there on the left, and it looks like, oh, and behind there, I believe Red Eye just made contact with the back of Dirty Boy Jackson up ahead. Beagle Hunter went into the grass, I believe. It may have been Valentine. They were side by side, very close. Towards the top of the grid now, Furch actually got a really good start, and he's pulled Spaceman here. KD35's managed to get around Beagle Hunter as the field cycles through this chicane here. It looks like, at the moment, everybody has gotten away okay, minus that of Dusty Lusky. Now, why has he disqualified? It said reversing on the grid, side by side now. Unholy Red Eye to the inside, or rather that was J-Knot to the inside of Unholy Red Eye there. Freedom Flyer making his way up. It looks like, what's happened here? Can we get a look on beginning? Started on yellow, super didn't move. Hotspot is added me. I'm not rightly sure what's there. Has super... Well, he is off the line now. I don't quite know what's happened with him. The Furchinator does set the fastest lap. It looks like Nikki64 is getting around Dirty Boy Jackson here. To the inside is Dirty. Slight contact there, potentially. Round the left side now goes Dirty Boy Jackson. Well, that was Nikki64, rather. Dirty Boy tried around the left. Now he's going to go around the right. Down to the inside into the famous Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton chicane there. And Unholy Red Eyes just picked up 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Someone's lost a wing back there. Around goes Nikki64. Does he save it? Into traffic. Good God. Oh, and he's been hit again. Unholy Red Eye picks up 3 seconds for corner cutting. We do have a virtual safety car here. Wow, so Nikki64 lost it there. Was contact potentially made with Dirty Boy Jackson as Nikki64 tried his best to save the car, and it just didn't really end up in his favor. Virtual safety car now. This is, I would believe, going to help Furchinator here at the front. Furchinator's actually done a good job so far holding on to it. He's got KD35 and Spaceman battling in behind as Mr. Hottie picks up a drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car. To the left now goes KD35 on Spaceman. He is gonna make that move happen into the wall of champions here. Furchinator slow on exit. This is gonna be a good chance here for KD to overtake him for the lead potentially. Is he gonna be able to find the inside heading into turn 1? DRS now enabled. Into the corner they go. Furchinator goes wide. He is gonna have the inside of the corner. KD now switches to the right side. Furchinator doing a good job holding the position for now. This is a battle for the lead. And it is very close quarters here, less than 0.2 of a second separate the two right now. Furchinator looking to do his best to hold on to this lead. He's got KD35 in behind Spaceman. I'm not sure why he's fallen off ever since he got overtaken by KD heading towards Wall of Champions. He's not really had much in it then. Furchinator's going to go to the left. Maybe was contact made there between him and KD. It's definitely possible, as it looked like he just kind of slipped out from the corner. KD's going to file in behind Furchinator here. No overtake to be made just yet. KD really slow there, had to avoid cutting the corner, and he's done just that. barely, I might add, as Freedom Flyer picks up 3 seconds for multiple warnings, and it looks like everybody so far has gotten off to a good start here. Beagle Hunter, I think, has just gone down to the inside on Spaceman, has made that move happen. Killer XL holding his position. Valentine has gone to 6th. If we look at the... I need that. If we look at the ups and downs here, Freedom Flyer, the biggest mover, 8 positions in the positive directions. The negative being Monkey Mafia. Oh, what's happened with Super? That's gone very not good there. Virtual safety car on track. And what's happened to Super? Has he collided with somebody going down the straight there, heading through the DRS? I'm not rightly sure what's happened. And we do have a full safety car now. El Majacco coming in, Joko coming in. Jacko's taking a taking a front wing change here. Joko, I would assume, is probably going to do the same. I am not sure what happened there with Super, but he has DNF'd, and it looks like, oh, Joko's got front wing damage and has not chosen to replace the front wing. That's bold, and he's missing quite a hefty bit of the front wing on that left side. Can we just see what's happened with Super here? Potentially not. He's past him now. Yeah, tire marks there. Maybe has he hit the wall and then bounced into traffic, perhaps? I'm not sure what's happened, but the answer is it's not gone well. Meanwhile, so this is big here. As far as the championship goes, Cake Thomas up to P8. He's up 7 positions since the initial start. Monkey Mafia and Joko into the pits now, and I believe it looks like Joko is going to replace the front wing. Jacko, I'm not sure why he's come in, I believe. Has he used the compound? It's been the 4th lap. He is going to change back onto the softs, and he's probably going to put those supers back on eventually at some point. That was interesting. So he's pit to fit the required compounds, and now he's going to go back. This is an interesting call here. Was this on purpose, or has this been some kind of mistake as he enters the 5th lap of the Grand Prix? So it is a legal stop, and he won't have to make another stop unless he wants to. I mean, the softs can last from 4 to 17. I tell you what, Jacko, that might be quite smart, actually. Has Jacko just potentially outthought the rest of the grid here? He's come in under safety car, boxed on, I believe, the 4th lap to put on the super softs, caught up to the safety car, boxed again to put on the softs, so he completed his required stop. Then he's come back in, put the softs back on, and now doesn't need to stop. I tell you what, if Jacko, I tell you what, third dimensional thinking here from Jacko. He came in, replaced his front wing, did that, did the stop, and then, I tell you what, that might be crucial at the end of the race. I'm not sure. Well, the rest of the grid is trying their best to catch up, and the safety car is in this lap. So, still a couple cars catching up. Mr. Hottie, Unholy Red Eye, and Monkey Mafia all still trying to catch up. It looks like Furchinator is going to back up the field here, which he pretty much has to do. Take it slow for now. You don't want to overtake the safety car as it exits the pits, and ooh, I believe, I tell you what, that might happen here. Furch is really on the throttle here. He's got KD in behind. Hopefully Furch doesn't overtake the safety car and make some sort of unbelievable conundrum at the start, and he almost has. Thankfully, we are a go once again here in Montreal, as to the line they go. KD35 is going to look to the inside into the first corner. Nothing there for the time being. It looks like Spaceman, this has really helped him out a lot. He's going to find the inside of KD35. Nothing has happened quite yet regarding that, as the field files their way out of turns 1 and 2. And this is an important day for the high-tech team, as they currently sitting P8 and P9. It looks like Majacco getting around Nicky there, heading into the chicane. That was actually beautifully done there, I think. I didn't quite see it. To the inside now, it's a 3-car battle for the top spot. Furchinator has the lead. KD35 in 2nd, Spaceman in 3rd, Beagle Hunter in 4th. Killer XL is watching it all unfold in 5th. To the inside now goes Beagle Hunter. He's going to get past Spaceman into the corner. Really locks up the brakes there. Spaceman's going to try to get him back on the outside as they head down towards the hairpin. Very close racing here, up toward the front for the lead. KD35 round the outside. It's potentially almost 3 abreast back there. Spaceman still has the inside. Beagle Hunter still has the outside. Unholy Killer XL rather swapping positions now with Beagle Hunter. I think he almost did in both him and Spaceman there, but it didn't quite play out to fruition there. Killer XL still doing everything he can to find a way past Beagle Hunter. Spaceman getting run down to the wall by Furch. KD35 has the lead, but it is a very good race here. Cake has gotten around Freedom Flyer. It looks like Furchinator has dropped back to the 3rd spot. No DRS yet. That'll be open next lap as they head back down into turn number 1. El Majacco, the fastest lap, a 1:22.7. Right now it looks like, oh, that's Cake Thomas. He's looking to try to find a way around Dirty Boy Jackson. Valentine actually up here trying to find the right rear side of Killer XL to potentially make an overtake. Furchinator completely cutting the chicane. He's going to pull back on track. Oh, that didn't look the best re-entry there, and he is going to slip back to the 7th spot here. 6th spot rather, 7th at some point. Dirty Boy Jackson was looking for the overtake, but he's gotten a poor exit of the corner, and now both Freedom Flyer and Cake Thomas really, really close to him here. Furchinator down to the inside, looking to get past Valentine. Nothing can be made yet. Dirty Boy Jackson, ooh, Cake Thomas has had to cut the chicane there. I believe maybe was there contact involved. He's not picked up a penalty, but that was very close indeed. And Dirty Boy Jackson to the left side now on Furch. Can he find the outside? Furchinator has to stop at pretty much the apex of the corner to not make contact with Valentine, who Valentine is up to the 5th spot. That's looked good for him. And now is the important battle. El Majacco and Cake Thomas. These guys fighting for a championship here. And has Cake Thomas got wing damage on his right side? He does. Cake Thomas has wing damage. How much is that going to impact him? As Valentine picking up 3 seconds for multiple warnings. Contact going off, and I believe that is Valentine. Oh, and then Nicky hits him. Valentine's gone around at the Wall of Champions. Nicky ran into him, a virtual safety car once again. Unholy Red Eye, this is Cake Thomas rather, coming into the pits, replacing that front wing. Nicky 64, and this is the unfortunate part here, was already past. He was already past the pit window. He was, not the pit window, the pit entry, as he was going through the Wall of Champions, and then hit Valentine there, and we do have yet another full safety car, 2nd one of the day. I'm assuming the safety car is going to be in this lap. We'll get confirmation on that once we head towards the hairpin. KD35 in the lead, Dirty Boy Jackson 2nd, J-Naw 3rd. All 3 of them yet to make their stop, so when they do, that'll put El Majacco up front, Joko in 2nd, Unholy Red Eye in 3rd, and then Monkey Mafia 4th, and so on and so forth. Safety car now in this lap. The question is going to be, these 3 guys out in the front who are yet to stop, how gutsy are they going to be? Oh! Contact was made there. J-Naw just ran into the back of Dirty Boy Jackson. That was unfortunate to say the least. And has he got wing damage? It did look like a hit. No, he doesn't. However, this is going to be the interesting one here. These 3 guys up front, how gutsy are they going to be, knowing that they still have to make the stop, that everyone behind them is on at least somewhat decently fresh tires? Well, KD35 is going to pit this lap. Mr. Hottie has ran into Spaceman and now picks up a penalty. So now it's Dirty Boy Jackson leading the field to green, J-Naw 2nd, Jacko 3rd. This puts Jacko into the podium positions, and man, what a day it's been for him, and he's played somewhat the strategy correctly. Someone has gone off towards the back. That's Furchinator around the left side of Cake Thomas there. Can he take Monkey Mafia as well? And he's looking for it. Can it make it happen? Potentially contact made. Cuts across the grass once again. Monkey Mafia gets 3 seconds. I believe Spaceman also gets 3 seconds. Monkey Mafia slides into the grass. I don't think takes anybody with him, although that was really close, and he's going to let a lot of the field go by here. Furchinator at 3 seconds. Unholy Red Eye to 12, and we do have a car off towards the back again. That is Monkey Mafia, who I believe is taking a spin through the grass. Very unfortunate for him. He was off to a really good start. Furch now picks up another 3-second time penalty. That puts him at 6. Lots of penalties to be had today. It looks like Cake Thomas is going to have a decent finishing result after all. That's going to put him up to P5 at least. Nicky 64 and Beagle Hunter, I believe we're side by side there. Nicky got around Beagle Hunter. Can Beagle Hunter perhaps strike back here down the straight? To the left side he goes. Side by side now. Is it going to happen? Not yet. I believe Beagle Hunter did actually eventually get around Nicky there. Good overtake it seemed. As Joko now coming in, as well as Furchinator. Joko and Furch both coming in. Monkey Mafia picking up 5 seconds of penalty for speeding into the pit lane, and Monkey Mafia does eventually retire from the session, but both Charu's drivers, I believe, have come into the pits. That's interesting there. Why have they done that? Cake Thomas getting around Unholy Red Eye on track as well, or sorry, rather, that was somebody getting around somebody. I didn't quite catch on to it. Mickey64's just had a big slide there, somehow hasn't ate the wall. Unholy Red Eye has gone wide, and Beagle Hunter is overtaking him, now claiming the 5th spot. Towards that, it looks like Unholy Red Eye, can he defend from Nicky64 around the left, hits the wall, and somehow, did he get into Nicky there? Red Eye has DNF'd. And another safety car on track. And I'm really hoping, yeah, his rear tire disconnected from the car there. I'm just really hoping that contact wasn't made with Nicky64, and it looks like maybe a little bit of wing damage there. Cake Thomas has 3 seconds. Oh man, this is throwing a big wrench into the plans. Dirty Boy Jackson comes in, J-Knot in behind. El Majacco is going to take control of the Grand Prix after the day that he's had. And this is exactly the kind of racing you like to see. Cake Thomas second. How many laps of racing are actually on those tires is the big question. It may only be about 4 laps. In that case, ooh, raindrops, drop top. This race has just gotten interesting. It is starting to rain here in Canada. Good God Almighty. We are suddenly gonna have... you can't make this up. The skies are opening. The rain is falling here in Canada. How long before the track gets to the point to which wet tires are needed? And look at it, it's already starting to collect on the racing surface. This is the most unideal situation you could ever be in, and it makes it even worse for El Majacco, who now has to decide as the safety car comes in this lap. What does he do? Does he stay out and risk the wet weather driving on the slick tires? Does he come in for the wets? And I believe this is exactly what he's doing. He's backing up the field. He still has time to make up his mind. Drivers, you can bet, are going to be sliding into that first corner. They're going to be sliding into the hairpin at turn 10. What will the grid do? It's going to be 2 laps of racing here. What's going to happen? Is anyone going to pit for the wet weather tires? Safety car is in. El Majacco, what does he decide to do? He hasn't come in. Is he coming in? No, he's not. Majacco stays out. I believe everyone behind him, except for just a handful, are coming in. Killer XL pits. Nicky64 pits. Nobody else chooses to, except Valentine now picks up 5 seconds, speeding into the pit lane, down into the first corner. How bad is the slide? And it's very bad, as you can see by Beagle Hunter, slides deep into the corner. Freedom Flyer looks to take him. It's so slow, it's turtle paced here in Canada. Yellow flags in Sector 1. Beagle Hunter's gone around, and no, the great race that he was having, all being just lost here. That puts 2 of the high-tech drivers. Whoa, and look at Freedom Flyer, he's gonna slide it round. Very, very close. Freedom Flyer saves the car. KD35 moves up positions. Freedom Flyer did everything he could to hold on, and you can expect, I believe, drivers to come in this time by as Furchinator back up into P6. A lap and a half remaining here at the Circuit Gilles Villeneuve. Who's going to slip first? Cake Thomas goes deep into the corner. Is he going to pick up a penalty? No, he won't. Spaceman, I believe he had an off. Furchinator had an off as well. Down into the hairpin they go. What is this going to be? Majacco actually handles the corner very well. So does Cake Thomas. Dirty Boy Jackson 6 seconds behind Cake Thomas. You can just see how much the drivers are struggling in these conditions. Now what does El Majacco do? He's had the lap to think to himself, does he come in? Does he stay out? If I were him, I would potentially try staying out. It's going to be whatever Jacko does, Cake does the opposite. Jacko stays out, and Cake comes in. Jacko is going to have to drive on eggshells for the final lap of the Grand Prix. That puts his teammate up into P2, Joko to P3, KD to P4. You can see how much the drivers are struggling. Cake comes in. Has he potentially slept on this decision? How much is he going to drop? In behind as well. I believe Beagle Hunter's going to come in. Jacko, look at him. He's only making it out of turn 1 now. He's... Good God, this is so stressful. Is Dirty Boy Jackson going to be able to catch up? Killer XL driving by on the wets. He's making a charge now towards the top. He's going to potentially have himself a fight for the podium here. He's going to get to KD. A little bit of contact around the left side now. Elma Jacko I don't even know how to describe this. Tiptoeing his way down the straight. Killer XL working his way up the grid. Can he find a way past Joko to get to the podium places? Where did Cake Thomas fall to? He fell down to P12. Elma Jacko only finding his way to the hairpin now. How is he going to handle it? How deep is he going to slide? And it's very. Killer XL getting past Joko. Can it be a virtuosi 1-2 here? It's going to be so close. Killer XL, can he get around Dirty Boy Jackson down the straight? I believe Elma Jacko is going to be finishing this race P1 unless he has an incident. Killer XL around the left side. He picks up second. Elma Jacko, can he hold it through the wall of champions? And he will. Elma Jacko from P16 on the grid wins the Canadian Grand Prix in the most tricky conditions, and Killer XL finishes second. Dirty Boy Jackson third. Joko picks up a great result in fourth. Freedom Flyer potentially fifth. No, I believe it's going to be Valentine at the line. And Valentine, an unserved penalty, 5 seconds. Spinning around goes Cake Thomas, and it's carnage back into turn 1. And so after it's all said and done here in Montreal, Elma Jacko from 16th on the grid finishes the race P1. Killer XL second, Dirty Boy Jackson third, Joko fourth, KD 35 fifth, Nikki 64 sixth, Freedom Flyer 7th, Cake Thomas 8th, Spaceman 9th, Jaina in 10th, Valentine 11th, 12th is Furchnator, 13th Beagle Hunter, 14th Mr. Hottie, and everyone else in behind, Unholy Red Eye, Monkey Mafia, Super, and Dusty all not finishing the Grand Prix. Next week, only 2 rounds left as F2 heads to Imola. And if it's anything like that, we may just have an absolute banger. We will see you next week. Thank you for joining us.